Hey guys, welcome in. Brief video on the actual performance of my vehicle on Turo, giving you the behind the scenes of the actual cash flows and the actual behavior of the car, my experience with the platform itself. And I really think you should see this video if you're thinking of doing Turo as a business or if you just want to have it as a supplemental income to offset your actual car payment. So let's go ahead and dive right in. This is the platform as guests will see it. This is my vehicle here is the Kia Telluride 2021. I just jumped onto this in the beginning of May, and it's doing extremely well. I was actually shocked to see how well it was doing. Let's take a look at some of the photos just so you kind of understand the vehicle before we dive into the metrics and the statistics of the vehicle itself. It's the Kia Telluride Model S. I decked it out a bit, black rims, black top, grilled it out, or blacked it out. A very sweet car. I did pick the blue leather seats. I didn't know I was going to put it on Turo, but I think it's helped out as far as engaging with the consumers and catching the eye of a lot of people. It's very accommodating to 6, even 7 people as far as seating arrangements go. So that's actually a plus for larger families. So this is the actual photos and what people see. I have it here at $105 per day. And in the consumer end, this is where they give you the time frames that they need, the times that they can pick up or drop off, and the location and the area. I'm pretty close to the international airport, around 22 minutes, so it's actually pretty convenient for a lot of my guests to want to book this car because I can promote it as a drop off at the airport. So let's go ahead and look at the hosting platform and we'll see some of the metrics. I think the most important ones are going to be the actual performance of the vehicle, the reviews, and the earnings. So let's start a little bit with performance because being an all-star host is what all of us would want. I'm not there yet, but I'm planning to be there pretty soon. It's your response, your acceptance rate, your commitment rate, and your ratings and reviews. So I did cancel 3 trips when I was in Miami. I took the car in late May and I didn't know things were going to book out so fast, so I had to cancel them. So I'm planning to get my averages up for my commitment rate, and as long as I get to 10 trips and have these ratings higher than 95%, some 90, I would be at all-star host, giving myself better placement on the platform and leveraging more guest reservations. So this is important to play, and plays a big role in your performance overall. The most important thing here are the earnings. So these are the 3 trips that were canceled in May when I was in Miami. So that didn't go as planned. So I missed out on some money there. But surprisingly enough, I had June booked up, making me 1213. July is also booked up, making 1191. We have 1036 for August, 1382 for September, 1362 for October, and then November is filling up slowly but surely. So we are in July now and we have all these bookings in place. Pretty exciting stuff. So I was like, whoa, this is doing better than I thought. So what I did was make an actual cash flow analysis on all this business in particular. So to make things very easy, we're going to start with the car cost. I bought it $42,300 out the door, and for the actual model we're doing here, we're going to act as if this car was purchased cash. To make it simple, we'll do another example as it was financed. So we're going to go ahead and plug in the numbers that we know based on my reservations. If you guys recall here, we have these numbers come directly from my earnings reservations on the platform, and I've inputted them right here. I have add-ins such as the child safety seats or beach chairs or sports equipment. If they need fishing poles, I have all that. And you can include that as well. Additional money doesn't hurt. You already have these things. So that can be added on to your gain. We do have operational costs. We have the insurance, obviously. The gas here is gas that I use to drop off the car. So it's not substantial, but it's anywhere from 20 to 35 bucks per month as I do 3 trips per month. Nothing crazy, nothing major. We have parking passes. Sometimes I comp these people. Sometimes their flight comes in late, so we have to pay a little bit extra. I don't ask for it. If I see it fit, I request it through Zelle or a Cash App, but typically I might have an overage of 20 to 30 or even $40 per month, so I include it as an average of 38. We also have car washes. I don't put this through the car wash. I wash the car myself to save myself money. At the end of the day, it's all cash flow and it's all adding up on a 12-month basis for this type of data. So any money I can save it. Buy yourself some soap, buy yourself some rags, clean it up, vacuum it up, you're good to go. Tolls, I do have an e-pass or SunPass. I sometimes have my guests pass a couple tolls without knowing, and I actually end up having to pay for them. It's whatever, it's fine, it's not a big deal. So I'm averaging around $15 there for the time being. Operational costs for these 5 months, and some of these obviously are estimated based on June, are going to be around $900 for those 5 months. So when I do my math and I see that I am generating net 5319 based on the actual gross minus my operating cost, I end up with an average of $1,063.80 per month. Net divided by the months gives me my net per month. If I bought this car at 42.3, then I divide it by my net per month, I'm averaging a break-even point of almost 40 months. That's 3 years and 4 months. So in 3 years and 4 months, I end up paying this car off, and then I could be seeing this, hopefully if conditions and markets stay the same, making $1,000 a month on this car. And I also have a car that is paid off, include depreciation. This Kia might have summed up a good 50,000 miles, even more, because depending on what you put your miles per day on your platform is going to give the guest the liberty of using your car more or less. So we're going to count on your car being depreciated a good amount, having a lot of miles stacked up, and then things you just got to factor in. So that's kind of how this all plays out. A little bit more in details regarding the actual coverage you have. The more coverage you have with the insurance company that Turo provides, the less you're going to keep as a split earning from the commissions you make. I suggest you do the 70-30 plan. Turo keeps 30% of the earnings and you keep 70. On an average $90 per day, $20, 20 days per month. With the 70-30 plan, you're going to be averaging around, let's say, $10.63 per month. So that's pretty good. I don't know if these results are going to be very similar or they're going to vary. It really depends on your vehicle. It also depends on your location and depends how often you make it available. I made this vehicle available 100% of the following 6 months, so my booking rates might be higher than someone who blocks it off because they need it for work. So that's the actual flow of numbers when it comes to the Turo investment. Let's give you an example of making this a business. I think the most profitable way would be to buy a car at 18,000, and if you buy it cash, great. If you finance it, that's okay too. This is based on financing and having your car payments be around 200. So the same analysis goes for this. This car is going to probably rent a little cheaper than $90 per day. Let's say 65. We're going to be running at operational cost of 1,900, as you see here. Then we have a net income of 2635 for those 5 months. Then we have an average of 527 per month based on the actual car having a payment, which is not too bad. This is going to be somewhat of your excess money over the car payment itself and the cost. So this car would pay itself in a little under 3 years, but then you do have a car that's paid off, and then you are going to have a car that's going to be generating you, let's say, $727 per month. Now, we don't know what the value of that car is going to be in 3 years. It could be now worth $12,000, $10,000, but then you have an asset that's going to be generating you money instead of actually, depreciating way more than the potential outcome of income you can make. So there you have it. This could be somewhat of a business that can pay itself off relatively quickly. If you were to buy the car cash, in 2 years, the car will go ahead and pay for itself, and then you'll start generating your money. So it really depends what you want. I think, in summary, with my experience, Turo gives that person the ability to pay off their car payment if they were to put it on a 50% availability in their calendars, and the car pay for itself, generate a little bit of money, and allow you to enjoy it 50% of the time. So if you would want to jump into that, that's great. Also, if you want to have a car on 100% availability where that car pays itself and possibly 2 other cars of the same kind, that could work out too, whether one of them you get to put on the platform, or you want to just get yourself a luxury car and have that car that's 100% on the platform pay for that luxury car. That could offset your costs. You can give yourself a little bit of a better taste and then you purchase. You can go off and buy something maybe in the 60, 70, $80,000 range that you've always wanted. So Turo, in my opinion, gives you guys that leverage of being able to level up with your car and have that other car pay for itself, or just kind of flat out give it yourself a 3-year plan, have the car, pay itself off, and then you have an asset building you some passive income. I would say the threshold would be anywhere from minimum 2 years to 4 years, because I don't think a car that's less than 18,000 is really going to perform as good as a car you can buy for that price point. I would say to start off, the biggest pool of guests for me have been families of over six or 6 passengers. So you might want to get a vehicle that can accommodate that based on your market. There are luxury cars, there are really nice sports cars that people also lend out, but I don't think the booking rates are as constant and won't be as constant in the market for the longevity of time for this type of investment. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this breakdown. I'm going to have more to come as we keep going. Maybe in the next 2 months I'll do another overview of my actual investment. I am jumping onto car number 2 in 2 weeks, so we're going to put a Jeep Wrangler on here to see how that works, and I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to keep engaged with more statistics. Thanks for tuning in.